My name is Alvis Garcia, and I identify as a man of color.
Hi, I'm Kevin King, and I'm a man of color.
My name is Jair Johnson, and I identify as a woman of color.
How do you feel about racial inequality in the U.S.?
It is something that I have dealt with all the years of my life. I actually had my first racially motivated encounter when I was in 8th grade. I went to an all-white school. I had my nappy curly hair out in my fro, and we were talking about slavery, and he said, "You have a slave right here." And it's just something that I know that I'll have to deal with for the rest of my life. And every day I get a little bit stronger, but every day I also do get a little bit weaker because the other side gets a little stronger.
I feel like for me personally, on the campus, like I see like microaggressions and things like that.
It's unsaid because no one would dare say it, but in reality, like I am restricted and looked upon in certain ways. You know, in class when I scored better than the other kids, it's like, did you really do that on your own, kind of thing.
Being at New Paltz, there are microaggressions that happen here, and they don't see it as much as they see in the city, so microaggressions don't happen here, and it does. And I feel like a lot of times people come complacent. When they come to New Paltz, they kind of assume, oh, this is a colorblind campus, is a colorblind world, and it's like, it's not the case. You're accepting that vision, and when you go out in the real world, it's going to be a harsh reality because you letting yourself get so enveloped by this illusion that's around you that everything's good in the world when it's really not.
I mean, I feel like unless it was paid for, I assume that all of you just still got loans, so we're already at a disadvantage when we start. You know, I think one of my friends said, a person of color who was poor and then a white person. Once they graduate, they might get the same paying jobs. But since that person actually has negative wealth because, you know, they have loans, and if they come from a rich family, you know, they have money to begin with, so they probably pay for their class. So even then, we're still at a disadvantage even though when you're like in the same position as someone else.
And people assume like, oh, you know, you're poor and stuff like that. Are you the first person in your family to go to college? No, I'm not the first person to go to college, but they assume that because you're black and you're from Brooklyn, so you have to be poor and your whole entire family has to be to a disadvantage. They are, yes, but my mom was just very fortunate enough to go to college. Like, I'm very fortunate to go to college. Like you said, I have to take out loans too and things like that. I have to take out a ton of loans just so that I can go here. And my mom still has to pay out of pocket even though we take out loans. So it's like, that's ridiculous.
So definitely for sure, like, even as you go up, that part of you, you know, the your race is never going to stop affecting you wherever you go.
As a black person going to class, you have to bring like 110% more energy and like strength and intelligence as everyone else, where like most of your classes, I'm sure you're like one of the only black people in the class, so you have to bring more intensity. And from there, like once you make it, whatever route you want to take in life and you become successful, there's still gonna be forces that are gonna like oppose you no matter what you bring to the table. There are always gonna be like forces against you, and I just don't really think there's anything we could really do about it, but just have the right equipment to like get past it.
My name is Tanasia Liberal, and I am a woman of color.
My name is Delani Morgan, and I am a black man.
Hi, my name is Kaina, but I go by KJ. I identify as an Afro-Latina. How I feel about racial inequality in the U.S. It hurts, I guess. Kind of, you know, bothers me, pisses me off. But it's like, what are you going to do about it? It's like we make 5 steps forward and we get pushed back 20, so yeah.
Well, me personally, I feel like, I mean, alright, so like I grew up in like Section 8 and like the project areas and like the hood basically. I'm from Brooklyn too, I'm from West Side. Like I'm a Section 8 girl, I'm a project girl, I'm an apartment girl. It's like that's the only place I could live. Like I can't go to like, own my own house someday because I don't have the money.
I feel like no matter how successful you may become as a person of color, and I'm not even trying to sound like pessimistic or negative, there will always be a force against you. And that's like a force that's not going anywhere anytime soon.
We got this stereotype of what people think of us, and it gotta stop, or we have to educate other people.
I definitely think that white people
I can like list examples in my family. They think, oh, everyone experiences racism. It's like, and I have to like explain to them that that's not how it works, but they also don't listen to me. So they don't really give me a chance to speak about it either. They just always just go, nope, you're wrong, nope, you're wrong, nope, you're wrong. So I can't even try and educate them, you know? It's real difficult.
But at the end of the day, it's like, if me and some white girl got the same qualifications, you know, and they can pronounce her first name, they're gonna pick her before they pick me. They see my skin, they see my first name, they'll see my hair texture and be like, oh no, she probably this or she probably that.
They see you and they see like, they don't even see potential in you.
I feel like it's important to have the drive to still want more for yourself.
But it's even a struggle. Like, he's in an interview with like a white person. It's like the white man is gonna get it before he is. And he has his degrees, he has everything. What help do they get? They don't get no help.
Not really sure what to say, I guess, because being white, I do have privilege. So this is, you know, different for me because, I don't know, I come from a well-off family on Long Island, so I don't know, it's just, I don't really know what to say, like I said. Just
What bothers me the most is that, like when, like white people kind of portray themselves as like they feel like they're being treated unequally. I remember working at Staples over the summer, and like me being a friendly person I was just talking to this white lady, like she looked upset or whatever, so I'm just engaging in conversation, and she's an art teacher, and she's telling me about how like she worked at this school, and like the principal, like she do amazing artwork, and the principal is not recognizing her, blah blah blah, and I'm just like, okay, like, all right, you had a bad day, whatever. She comes to visit a second time, and she like recognizes me, so she's like, oh, like, how you doing? And we're talking again, and she brings up this art stuff again, and I'm like, oh, like, how's it going? You know, show me some cool projects you did, whatever. You know, just talking to her, and then like, in the midst of our conversation, you know, she says like, you know, I'm treated unfairly, like I'm the minority, like it's hard being a white woman, and I was just like, I like had to step away from the conversation because one, I didn't know how to react to it, and two, I was just like, is she seriously gonna go there? Like, why did you feel comfortable telling me that? And first and foremost, like, how do you tell a black person that you are a minority when in all reality, like, that was definitely not a conversation for her to be having with me. And the fact that she did that, I don't know, I was just really shooken up by it. I wish I would have spoke more about it, but in the midst of it and at that moment, I was just like thrown off. Yeah. Ultimately, this, you know, institution was created by white people. So for you now to feel like you're being affected by something you ultimately created is just, I just don't understand. Like, I feel like you're disadvantaged because like of a situation doesn't necessarily mean like you're a minority. Just because you're not necessarily getting your way this very moment doesn't mean that.
doesn't mean they're oppressed.
Yeah. So
I don't really think they want to think of themselves as racist. If they did, that would just mean they'd have to change their whole life, check their privilege, which they don't want to do.
You don't have the threat of walking down your own neighborhood and the cops seeing you, like, you know, you don't have that threat. Like, I feel like we all have that threat 24/7. It's like you don't realize what's going on here. It's like you're just continuing to be blind.
What I want to do in life is educate other people and educate kids, because it always comes from kids. And I feel like there's a lot of little girls out there that think that because of their color of skin, they can't do nothing, they can't be successful. And I'm trying to be a teacher that will tell her, no, you can, and you will. Kids need to understand that, instead of just going into the life that people think that they have, which is being in the streets, and that's not the case.